we have a little friend back by popular demand. One of my fans recently said, "You haven't had that mask on the video for a while." So she said, "I really love it. It's so beautiful." I got it from someone who took a trip to New Orleans and brought that back for me. So yeah, she's pretty. I'm not a big mask person, but you know, she is really pretty. And so here she is again. I listen to you guys. Okay, so let's look at the date. I gotta check something. Let's see, the 15th through the 21st already, and that's where it ends. Okay. So this would make it the 22nd through the 28th. Okay. I feel like she's watching me or something. What? Okay. 22nd through the 28th-ish. Keeping in mind, these things could be things that are going to be coming up for you even in a couple months. Or they could be happening right now. Or some of it could happen right now, and then you could go back and watch this in a couple months, and you'll be like, oh my gosh. So I guess we'll see. So beautiful out right now. As you can hear those birds chirping. It's happy birds. All right, what do we have going on with the masculine? Actually, I think we're going to start with the feminine this week. The feminine, if we start with the feminine, I think we might start doing that, because if we start with the feminine, then you know whether this resonates for you or not, because you know if you're in that place or not. You know what I'm saying? And then if it resonates for you, then what happens with him, you'll be like, okay, well, if it's happening with me, then it's happening to my counterpart. You know, the male part, the male side, the masculine side. Doesn't have to be male or female. I mean, it's you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? What is going on? Okay, so what we want is the feminine this week, please. The 22nd through the 28th. Ooh, I just saw a star, bright future, or shining like a star. Ooh, wow. Ooh, that was like some crazy energy to tap into for a moment. Show me more. Rainbow blessings. Wow. Talk about the white lion with the blue eyes coming out, you know, and taking the mic. By the way, that was crazy. If you guys didn't see that, the week that Peter on The Bachelorette had this huge moment where he finally told her that he loved her, he was like, I dropped the mic, you know, and he said that the same week that I put out that reading about dropping the mic. Isn't that incredible? So we were right along. These readings are right along with even what's going on The Bachelorette. You know, those masculines, that was the week that they were really gathering up the guts to tell her what they felt for her. So that was so symbolic. And I just had chills as I watched him say that. And he was like, I'm dropping the mic. And I was like, whoa, wow. And then I was like, is that this week that I did that reading? And it totally was. I just couldn't believe it. That was so awesome. You guys can look back at that and read that. And I bet you anything, you'll see how it pertains to even what the bachelors were going through on the show that week. Just more proof and evidence, you guys, that this is actually really happening. And think about the stardom thing too we've been talking about. Jed, you know, he probably, I mean, I'm sure he's got, you know, a lot of these guys have probably gotten a lot of publicity from this Bachelorette show. So, ooh, he just jumped out. She is charging forward in her life, man. She just feels like she is in her power this week. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like she's like really letting people have it, like in a good way, but also like just totally being in her power. Ooh. It's like she is blazing a trail, and I just saw the 10 of Pentacles. I need to just start laying some cards. Because she's really working hard to create her own great future. She is taking the bull by the horns and making it happen. However, she's got to make it happen. Good for you guys. Yeah, dude, like the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. It's telling you, the Chariot's all about balancing everything out, gathering up those reins, and then flying forward. It's like you're unstoppable. Okay. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Chariot. What does she want to go forward into? Romance. Being taken on a date. Like this is like being romanced or romancing someone, and also just having offers of love. So I think that she's had a lot of guys that have been, wow, she's had a lot of offers, you guys. We're about to have a lot of offers. Look at this. 2 guys, one on a brown horse, one on a white horse. One is totally courageous and sexy as hell, and the other is just incredibly romantic and all heart. And she's getting these offers that she's been dying to get for even years. Or it could be that her masculine, because I mean, I've got feminines who are just still very much all about their masculine, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's great. Those ones, I feel like their masculine might be turning from that player to the knight in shining armor and making that big grand offer. Either way it goes, it's good for you guys. Yeah, so things are happening for the feminine. They're breaking they're also I feel like she's also starting to identify bad suitors. You know, she's seeing him as the devil that he is. And when he arises, he's like raising his hand. Hello, I'm your karmic. And she's like, okay, I can identify you now. I see you. You make me feel codependent. Like you guys become like too needy on each other, and it's just unhealthy. And you're just like, I know where this leads. I know where this goes. You're totally addicted to something, and that's going to lead me to a really, really bad place if I stay with you. Drugs, alcohol, porn, whatever the issue is, whatever the addiction is, like too much drinking, whatever it is. It's like if he's not balanced, she feels lied to, manipulated, or any of that stuff, she's starting to become wise to it much faster. So is he, for that matter. And that's why she wants something balanced to go forward. That's how she can tell the player from the real Romeo is from that balanced place. She wants to go forward with the person who's seriously offering his heart. Wow. She doesn't want the guy that's ignoring her anymore, or the guy who's defensive. She wants the guy who's like really clear and logical about wanting to get into a partnership, and he's in his power. You know? See, that's not even coming out. That's the unrequited love card, but it's also like being completely dissatisfied with your life. And it's like being given a gift from God and completely ignoring it, you know? And it's also like the opposite, like he's finally taking it. He's taking his power, and he's fighting other people's opinions off about it because he's in his power now. Now he's speaking his truth and setting boundaries so that he can like collaborate with her and be like on the same team. So yeah, that's what she's wanting. That's what she's wanting right now. What she's thinking about is having that ultimate true love partner. She's been watching my channel and channels like these. She's been kind of spying on what twin flames are really all about and how she can be a part of it. Some of the men, some of the suitors are, some of the bachelors are like watching from the bushes, putting her up on a pedestal. And they just been watching her for a while, and she's feeling kind of lavish and abundant. She's pretty much feeling in her element. We talked about her like wanting to create a good environment for her own future. Like she's just taking it. She's becoming this beautiful, vibrant, single, sexy, confident, brilliant woman. And she doesn't want to be up on the pedestal anymore. She wants to be on the ground. She wants to be walking in the park, with a bird on her hand. So she's like, she wants to be traveling. She's going to be traveling. She's really trying to make the most of being single. She's really trying to live it up because she knows she's coming into partnership, and she has to be healthy and happy in order to go into this union where look how balanced that card is. That's nobody with addictions. That's nobody with issues. That's nobody who's a people pleaser with their mom or their karmic person. There's no weakling here. These are two confident individuals. In fact, look at him. He's even in movement, walking toward her and touching her. So he is making it real. He's like, coming out of the bushes, stopping, putting her on a pedestal. And he's like, you're for real now. I can reach out and touch you. And it's like, it's about time we make this real. So this is what she's thinking about. This is what she's wanting. She's really wanting to go with him and travel all over the world, or, go on fun adventures and go do fun things. Flying with the Leo, if you've got a Leo. Look at the bird and flying. So, yeah, she's wanting to come into partnership with somebody and fly. Maybe literally. In her heart space, she's really wanting to put down this burden. Some of these feminines are married. Some of these feminines, like so many, oh my gosh, so many of these readings lately, private readings that I've been doing, which you can order at amysatori.com. Some of these private readings involve like one or both, and either with a soulmate, like usually the feminines are with a soulmate. So they've gotten kind of stale and boring. And then their masculine is with a karmic. And so many of these cards are showing that both of them just drop their partners completely if they're even with somebody, and they're just coming right together. So keep that in mind. Also, I talked to one feminine. It was so cool. She said she knew that her husband, that they had reached a point where they just needed to make some serious changes and not live the life they were living anymore. It kind of felt like a lie and really stale and stagnant. And she knew that her husband, her soulmate, had met a girl that really lit up his heart and his soul. So she encouraged him. She's like, why don't we just get a divorce and you can go after that girl? And she had met her guy. So she's like, we're with the wrong people. It's very comfortable and comfy cozy here, but we have the person who really lights us up out there. Let's go, So she's trying to inspire him, and that's the truth of it, Soulmates are great, and they can, and for those who've really been through a lot of tragedy and trauma, gosh, it's like heaven, right? But when you find that other person, it's the twin or the soul flame or whatever. It's like it can be torturous. It can be really, really hard not to leave and go do something more passionate, more exciting, But in your call, it depends on, are your kids above the age of 5? What are your circumstances? Whatever your circumstances, whether you're masculine or feminine watching this, communicate. Try to communicate with that person and just let them know what's up and try to get on the same page. And if you guys aren't on the same page, try to compromise. That's what it's all about. Because you guys both want the same thing. You want each other and you want a happy life. And you don't know if you guys are going to die tomorrow, if you're going to die in a few months. You don't want to put everything off in your life for some other time when you have no clue if that person's even going to be there anymore or even be available. Guys don't want to take that kind of risk. So she wants to lay down this burden and start a brand new chapter of her life where she can truly be herself and be vulnerable and be naked and be accepted for who she is completely, flaws and all, and she's flying too. She's like floating flying, but she's flying. She's certainly not like on the ground. And she's like being supported by that purple, which is like spirituality and balanced with the batons. The batons are kind of a playful energy, So her heart has been burdened by this situation. She wants to end something and begin something else. And the potential is limitless, is how she feels. So if she is if she is married or in any kind of a contract with anything or anybody that she feels is holding her back, she's going to end that contract. She may even just be feeling like this is the right thing to do, to go with this person who's making this offer. So she really may just feel like there's some kind of really bad injustice in this situation, and she wants to talk to him about that and heal it. He's all in green. So she's like, you know what, this situation has not been fair. This situation has been wonky. It's been really imbalanced. There have been some really unhealthy communications, some even misunderstandings, some lies. Like, we got to sort this out and bring this thing, to a balanced, harmonious place so that we can go forward. And I will truly cherish this offer you're making, and I will take a really good look at it because I feel like it's the right thing to do, or I feel like I really do want to find like resolution to the situation. I want to feel like it was fair. I want to get to the point where I feel like I've made amends and I've come to a conclusion that I feel good about from this offer. And she's willing to offer back. It's like if he puts 2 cents in, she's going to put 2 cents in. So she's gathering up the strength to tell him, it could be her. She's gathering up the strength to really speak her truth to him. Some of these feminines are really scared because it's like, if I say something, is he going to take off and run away again? But at the same time, it's like, you got to speak your truth, right? You have to. You can't go through life hiding that kind of stuff. If you really truly love him, and he's even saying he's going to get married to someone else or something crazy like that, like, you got to say something. You say something or forever hold your peace, and you won't be able to hold your peace. So say something, get up the strength to speak your truth when he comes to you with this offer. Tell him how it's made you feel. And cut away those people that are those devils that are coming around as well. So she's been dreaming of him for a long time, looking out, waiting for that ship to come in. And she's feeling like she's got one wand over here that's feeling pretty secure and grounded, and she can grab that one any minute if she feels wobbly. But she's got her hand on the future. She's got her hand on the wand that can move, and she's got her other hand with the world, which is like unlimited potential, and it's a very hopeful, happy, healing card. So she's been looking out at the horizon for quite some time, wanting to heal the situation. And she's going away from negative thinking and drama, like karmics and old situations, prior boyfriends that were really bad to her, even negative self-talk about her body not being good enough. Whatever things that she's been facing, those demons she's been facing that she's been kind of hiding from and whatnot. She wants to heal that and go away from all that stuff. She wants to ease her mind and just go ahead and go over into calmer waters and have that healing with him. She's been really, she's been seeing things on social media, or was seeing things on social media that made her really, really worry about his karmic. You know, some of those karmics, man, they'll get pregnant to keep him. They can take months or years to get rid of because they're so manipulative. And so she's been really worried about that situation. She's also worried about her own karmic or soulmate, you know, like what's going to happen when she leaves to go on this new adventure, and how will she say these things to this person? Look at the karmic looking over. Yeah, the karmic's just like, she knows some of these people are in situations where they know that their person is going to be really pissed off. So she's going to have to like battle him and come at this person or defend herself for this new beginning. But she feels passionate and totally determined to make this happen. So she's going to speak her truth to her masculine when the opportunity arises. She's going to go start this new adventure, and she is finally going to get some sleep. You know, sometimes you have to speak your truth to get a good sleep, whether it works out in your favor or not. You know, and she could be maybe battling the karmic. Ooh, maybe the karmic is saying stuff to her. Maybe the karmic's giving her a hard time, maybe even attacking her, and she's having to defend herself. And it's got her all worried. But you guys can take care of yourselves. Just ignore her. Don't fall for the same stuff the masculine fell for when he was trying to get rid of her. You know, don't listen to her. She is just a master manipulator, and she's venomous and she's toxic. Treat her like anybody else toxic you're trying to cut out of your life. And just don't have anything to do with her. Call the police. You know, do what you got to do to get her to just go away. And don't believe everything that you see. I'm feeling like a lot of you jump to conclusions and make assumptions based on what you see or hear. But a lot of these masculines, or even some of the karmics, have put up pictures, you know, of, I mean, you guys see it in the movies all the time. They'll even act like they're engaged and they're not. If the masculine may have said something kind of close to it, and all of a sudden his karmic's putting pictures public because she knows about the feminine in the background. So she's all trying to make it all public. Oh, look, we're getting married. And the masculine's like, what? That's a misunderstanding. What I said was such and such. And now this picture's out. And then he's feeling all this pressure with his family and stuff going, what do I do now? Now my family's all excited because of what she posted. Now my karmic's freaking out. Or I mean, my divine feminine's freaking out, jumping to conclusions, thinking this is actually going to happen. And they're just in a mess, some of these guys. Some of these guys are just like, they've dug themselves. So that's why you get rid of the karmic as soon as possible, guys. Watch my video on karmics. It'll help. All right. So now we're going to look at the masculines. Oh, I forgot to have my shake this morning. It's like sitting here. I think I'm going to just go pause it to drink that real quick. Gots to take care of yourself. I'll be right back. There, that didn't take long. Okay. Especially for you guys. That was like a microsecond. Okay, so where are the masculines at this week, you guys? Where are the masculines at this week? Please let us know. So if that first part resonated with you and you're like, oh my God, that's exactly where I'm at or what I'm coming into. Sometimes when you watch these videos, you become them. You know, you tap into that energy and you step into it more and you align with the rest of it, if that makes sense. You know, I'm always talking about timelines and jumping realities. When you align with anything, that's why it's so important to do like affirmations and to keep your energy positive, because whatever you're aligning with, oh my gosh, look, a card just appeared. That's your wishes coming true, your dreams coming true, you guys. Robin was saying that. But you got to like align with your, you know, you've got to align with things that you don't be a victim. Align with things that you want, that you know you're bringing in, and you will bring them in. So if you're like, oh, I wish that was me, then go watch this again and live it, feel it, be it. You know what I mean? You're the man. You can manifest anything you want to in your life. You want that, you got it. Just be it. Okay, masculines. Wanting to work together with her. Wanting to get married, as always. You guys are good at hiding your feelings, I'll tell you what. Aw. Okay. That's sweet. Aw. Okay. So he really misses his feminine. I got to move something for a second. He really misses his feminine, you know, and a lot of them also have fears of lack. You know, they're like, I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough money to do that. I don't have the car I want. I'm just going to wait until I have the Mercedes, you know. I'm just going to wait until I have the 20% down for the house I want. And in the meantime, the feminine's over there buying her own house, going ahead and like moving where she wants to be. Like, you know, it's like, you guys get on the same page. And you know what? He is thinking of doing that. That's in his headspace. He's like, you know what? Why don't I just like cooperate with her? Why don't I just talk to her about all this stuff that I'm thinking? Because I miss her like crazy. And I'm kind of tired of living in this lack mentality. I'm tired of keeping myself locked out of her life. I don't want to do that to her anymore. And I don't want it to do that to me. I'm freezing. And I can go, you know, warm myself up in front of the fire. Why am I not doing that? Just because I'm believing that I am lacking somehow, you know? And she's like out there trying to diet and trying to do all this stuff to try to like, well, maybe if he was more attracted to me, he'd come out of the closet, you know, but like maybe, you know, maybe if I change this or I change that, I'll be worthy of him. It's so sad. You guys are both totally out in the cold. And you guys need to talk. The feminine knows this. You know, she puts out like a little thing here and there saying, you know, hey, just thinking of you. And he just keeps her locked out because he doesn't feel good enough. It's really sad. However, he is like being called out. Like he feels the universe like really pushing him to do something about this situation. Like he's rising up from the dead. That's him dead. That's like him not living the life that he wants. That's not how you manifest, you guys. That's not how you manifest, is being like all Eeyore in glass half empty. You know, but these guys are rising up out of that and they're wanting that reconciliation. They're even, some of them are feeling like angels are supporting them. Maybe they've been, you know, asking for the angel support, or maybe they've even been visited by angels. Maybe even in their sleep, they've been getting messages from angels. Maybe they've been getting the ringing in the left ear, and they feel like the angels are like, you know, do something about this. If you want to hold on to her, you can't be a miser. You know, you can't be. You gotta be a believer and take those arms off of that coin and become more. I mean, yes, it's good that you've held on to that coin, and I know that you're also kind of holding on to her in doing so. But somewhere in there, you got to loosen your grip and start using that coin to like build a foundation. Take all those coins off and start stacking them in such a way that it like makes you guys a golden house. And you guys know you're only showing that much coin, but I know you got a lot more coin than that, because you guys are like paranoid about not having enough money. And you guys act like, you know, $200,000 is not enough to have in the account. And it's like, come on, you're good. Okay, you're good. You were good at 10,000. You were good at 2,000. You were good just loving her. So she doesn't care. She's just like, come on already, wake up and come get me. But he's had some epiphanies that have gotten him past that victimhood, that victim mentality, and made him kind of realize, dang, I was seeing things totally backwards. Now I believe we have limitless potential. Now they both have the world. That is like the best energy to have in your field, is this is them feeling like they can heal the situation and totally be vulnerable with her. And they are also closing chapters and beginning brand new ones where they're not going to feel like a victim anymore. They're not going to feel all bruised up by that karmic, and they're overcoming that whole situation. They've licked their wounds and they're ready to go into a new life and even strip down to nothing and just be themselves and make that offer from having gone in for that inner wisdom. This is also, I heard somebody say once, and I thought it was really cool, like this is going inside for self-love, self-worth, realizing his worth. He's like, I am a star. Look at him. He's looking at that lantern. I am this lantern. I am that. I am a star. I really am. And I'm ready to make that offer to her because she's my queen. Like she is worthy of me and I'm worthy of her. So let's fly into this. Let's go quickly by communicating a lot and talking about our plans and talking about excitement for the future and getting this thing going. I don't want to drop this gift from God. Look at, he's like, it's the same coin that he's holding right here. That's a good coin to hang on to in a gentle, trusting, loving way, but he's finally, remember that four of cups that we saw? It's like he's taken that cup and he's holding it now. He's seeing that gift from God and he's just like, mine. Mine to cuddle, mine to love, mine to put a ring on her finger. Not mine, like, oh, it just made me think of that. What was it? Was that Little Mermaid? Mine. But I feel like a good mine, like to hold and to protect and to love and to have that intimacy with and to share a life with. He wants to partner up. That's what he's thinking of. And he wants to transform the situation. This is another card about beginnings and endings. So something had to die in order for this new beginning to happen. But he's feeling optimistic about where he's going. I feel like he's got a map and he's like, excuse me, sir. This is, if I make it right here, that's pretty much, I'm right on to my new life, right? I just wanted to check with you because you're like a holy man. You're like a religious guy. Are you cool with this? If I make it right, I'm good, right? I'm just going to go right over and follow some kind of a trail that's going to go right to the sun, right? And the guy's like, yes, have faith. You'll be going to this partnership right over there on the horizon. Just keep going. You're like, okay. Some of them feel like they died in this process. Isn't he? I think he's a skeleton. Yeah, he's a skeleton. So he's like, he died how he was. And now he's like resurrected as a brand new man. And he's headed over the horizon. By the time he gets over the horizon, he's going to have all the flesh back on him. And then he's going to be like stunning. So yeah, that he's going to go. Some of this, I swear this card always looks like somebody's getting married, doesn't it? I don't know. And they got a baby. So those of you who are wanting babies, I think he's just like knows that it's the end of his time. I'm dead if I don't do this. Like, I'm not going to be able to have the baby that I want. I want to have her baby. I want her to have my baby. I guess in some cases it's the other way around because you feminists can be masculine or whatever. But anyway, yeah, that's what he's thinking about. He's thinking of partnering up with you and transforming the situation and following the directions that those angels have been giving him. He's really been in his heart space. He's really thinking long and hard. He's been thinking long and hard about, like, this is about, like, oh my gosh, my harvest is about to ripen. My grapes are about to be harvested. Like, all this hard work is about to pay off. What am I going to do with it? Where am I going to store everything? Where am I going to put everything? These are some of these masculines are like knowing that once they make this offer to their feminines, that they have a lot of, change they're going to have to go through. This is also a card about major transformation. So he's like, once we partner up, maybe I'll have to, move, get a new job. There's all that stuff that happens with major transformation, or it could be like, maybe I need to get a bigger place. Maybe I mean, there's so many different transformations people can go through when they come to partnership or a baby. I just saw somebody actually getting an extra room so that there's room for the baby. So, you know, he's just really thought long and hard about this for some time, about what this would be like to be with his feminine. Finally, he's reaching out. He's reaching out in a little bit of a timid way, perhaps like a text or a phone call or something little, something sweet. But he's treasuring whatever it is he's doing. It's a big deal to him. It's not some little deal. You know, it took him a lot to dial that phone and to say that. It was really, I mean, this should be almost a page of cups, I feel, because he's like all heart when he says it, when he does it. But maybe he's a page just because he's kind of, or like a page of coins because he's got something more material to offer. He's got something to say, like that has to do with meeting up with her physically, or I feel like even like a flirtation that leads to sex or something. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's like he's been thinking about that a long time too. So he's just like, you know, we need to have some conversations. We need to like, what is this? It's starting, something feels like it's coming through, like a gift. I think he wants to give her some kind of a gift as well. And it just feels like Knight of Pentacles energy, but from a child's perspective. It's the very beginning of the Knight of Pentacles, I feel, because it's just like he just wants to be careful. He's treasuring it like he's carrying a very precious something that he doesn't want to break, you know? That's how he's treating this in his heart. In his actions, this is the ultimate happy family card. This is him wanting to put his arm around her and talk about their vision for what they do believe will be very fulfilling for them. They'll make them super happy. And it's even like making their future kids like skip around, or their current kids like skip around happy. It's like, what? We're going to move there. We're going to do that. We're going to, what? This is going to be so fun. Oh my gosh. I just, oh my gosh, if you guys haven't watched my baby shark video on Instagram from, it was a while ago, but man, is it worth like looking at. There's this guy in his kitchen and he starts singing that baby shark, do, 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 baby shark. And it's like the dubstep version or something. And he starts boogieing in his kitchen and it's so hilarious. But I feel like these little kids even dance to that song, Baby Shark. This is this is just a very, very happy moment. This is in his actions. This is what he's trying to produce right now. And he's just really look at him like holding her hand up like in victory. We did it. We finally came together. We finally got on the same page and we're finally going forward. Greece. These two are going to Greece, so they're in Greece. And they're getting married. I just heard, oh gosh, all these songs. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. All right, so his overall current space, he had to get away from his worries too. He's got the same as she does. Like he had to get away from all this worry and doubt and skepticism and not have enough money and all this crap. And because he wants the end of this difficult period too, you guys. He misses you like crazy, and he is like fed up with this situation. He's fed up with himself. He's fed up with his negative attitude. He's fed up with any deception and lies. He's fed up with keeping you at arm's length or at state's length. He's feeling serious passion with you, and he's not wanting to delay anymore. He's wanting to gather up the courage to come rushing at you. Oh, remember this was the girl that was in the reading like a week or two ago where he was like, how did you get to me? How did you get through to me? And she was like, just gently, like through time, just loving him unconditionally, just trying to tame that wild beast. Now he's like rushing at her. He's like we're going to go start this new life now. Hop on. And you better like get a running start to jump up on the horse, because I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go. You better jump on while you're there. He'd come back around for her. But, it's like he's rushing in now, rushing with communication, rushing into the next level, rushing into marriage, rushing. I mean, he is like in a damn hurry, because he finally got up the courage and the strength from her love to do something about this situation. And he's being really, some of them could be pretty belligerent about like any family or karmics or anybody who were getting in their way. They're just like, get the hell out of my way, because I'm in a hurry to go start my new life with my beautiful feminine that I love with all my heart. As a side note, he can't ignore her. He totally cannot ignore her anymore. He has to speak to her. He has to speak his truth. He does know she's a gift from God. He's ready to take that gift now. And he's tired of being dissatisfied in that old life. And he can't get her off of his mind. This nostalgic connection just constantly haunts him and taunts him. And all he wants to do now is just offer her a bouquet of flowers. There's an offer being given here, an offer being given there. I mean, maybe he does bring flowers, or he does like, oh, and there's 3 cups here and 3 cups there. Like between the two, it's the 6 of cups. So if he was ignoring you and he was saying that he just wanted to be friends, or that he really didn't like you all that much, you guys, maybe he denied that even that sweet connection existed. Maybe he was just being insanely stubborn. If so, the truth of it is that he was actually feeling the 6 of cups energy the whole time. And now he's going to take that cup. Now he's going to offer that cup. Now he knows the value of that cup. He found out that that's a $20 million cup right there. And he's like, I would just be stupid to not take that. God gave me that $20 million cup. How can I not take that? So he's going to speak that truth to her. He's finally going to tell her how stern he's had to be with other people, even, or how, the boundaries he's had to assert, the logical steps he had to go through, the growth he had to go through, the knowledge he's attained from this whole experience. He's standing in his truth, and he's standing in his clarity, and there's like nothing that's gonna sway him. He's pretty determined. He wants to take this to the next level as soon as possible. So if that resonated, we're going to go over and do the extended version now. The link is beneath this video. It's only $11, and you get a light language blessing. And we have, there are some pretty magical moments over there. So hope you'll join me, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.